Hello, hi, it's steampunk time again. We made these clips and we made these little mini envelopes. So I thought it was time to get a book journal organised so that we can start using up the bits that we make for the book. So the little book of golf legends has been chosen for this purpose. I got this book in a charity shop a little while ago. I think it was about 20p, but I liked it because it's a nice squarish size and it didn't have too many pages, and the pages looked like they would come out fairly easily. So I've made a start. I pulled out these pages. They came out really easily. They were strung in rather than glued in, so I think that made a difference. I'm not sure. Sometimes the string's easy to pull and sometimes the glue's easy to pull. So anyway, these golf legends have been torn out. He looks a bit steampunk, doesn't he? Do you know, I think I might actually use this older guy. He's young Tom Morris. Yeah, no, so it's not young Tom, it's young Tom Morris, the way they've written that. St Andrews, Scotland, the first professional golfer. I should stop talking now. So we'll just set those pages aside, we don't need them. So what I did was I pulled out in each of the signatures in the book and left two to glue together and just clipped them together. I haven't glued them yet. I've just clipped them together and it leaves me about, let's see how many it's left me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages. So that'll be 16 to decorate, which I think is plenty, and it'll end up maybe a little bit chunkier than that, obviously, by the time we stick the things in. So you might have noticed there I made a wee start because I wanted to see if this glossy cover would take paint, and it did. So what I did was I painted this and stuck down some of the Stamperia clockwise paper. I stitched around it before I stuck it on. So that's the back cover and I'm pretty pleased with how that's turned out. So I'm just going to do exactly the same on, so I've done the inside as well. Added a little bit of black glossy and a little bit of gold, and I used 3 colours of paint. So yeah, let's get started on this cover and I'll show you what I did. So we've got, I just put down a base coat. This is peach pink, and I actually just bought these two yesterday because they were having a sale and they were £2 for this huge big tube. I couldn't believe my luck that they had the colours that I wanted to match the, this is the piece that I'm going to be putting on the front. So these two colours just matched so perfectly. So they were only bought yesterday, a bit fortunate, and I already had these two, which sort of works in as well. Not so much that, just the paler blue. So anyway, let's go on with the painting, and it's just, let's open up. That's the other thing I quite like about this book. It just opens up really quite flat. So just, now I know I'm covering it with paper and I know I would only really need to paint round the edges, but somehow I just feel better about getting paint on all over it. I think maybe the paper sticks better to do the book rather than the glossy if it's been painted. It probably does stick okay, but anyway, it's on my fingers already. And we'll just do the inside cover. So, wow, subscribers. I am so chuffed, over the moon. Thank you everyone for joining me. I can't believe how quickly it's grown. I am amazed, so thank you very much. New subscribers and returning subscribers, thanks for sticking with it with me. It's just wonderful. I can't thank you all enough, and I get such lovely comments. Oh, last night I was reading some of the comments out to my husband. In fact, there was one comment that mentions the name Buttons for Brains, and he was laughing because it's his fault. Many years ago when I started doing the crafting thing, it was cards, just purely cards, nothing else. Before I even ventured into traveller's notebooks and scrapbooks and all sorts of things, it was just cards. And at that time there wasn't the embellishments and things that you get now, and I didn't have a die cut machine, and I really didn't have anything, and so it was buttons. Buttons got put on cards with a little bow or a bit of something through, and yeah, he's like, if your head shook I would hear the buttons. And so, and blogging had just started, and I was like, you know, I'd quite like to share my makes on a blog. We had heard about these blogs starting up. So when we were thinking of a blog name, so that's just that first coat, and we'll add some brown and some blue once that's dry. Yeah, so that's how that came about. It was my blog name. He's like, call the blog that, Buttons for Brains. So it just stuck. Oh, right, okay, we're going to have to leave that to dry for 10 minutes and I'll see you in a bit. Right, the inside has dried faster than the outside, obviously, because that's shiny and that's just like paper stuck on. So we can go on with doing the inside, and maybe by that time the outside will just have dried enough. So just a little corner of my brush into the, because I just want to kind of just make it a little bit of colour added to the edges a little bit. See how that goes. We're really just layering up some colour, because we'll put some blue on some of the pale tealy blue, and we'll be putting some black on. Hold on a sec, there's the phone. Sorry about that. I use my phone to film, so when the phone rings I have to stop filming to answer the phone, and it's on the stand at the above here to film, obviously. Anyway, right, so let's add a little bit of the blue. Just dab that around the edges. Of course, this is totally not supposed to be perfect because of the very nature of what it's supposed to be. Let's just give this a wipe. Get that splodgy bit. There we are. Right, let's see what this I think it's dry enough. I'll add a little bit of the brown again, just round the edges there. We're going to be covering up the spine anyway, I think, with maybe a little bit of fancy something, maybe some material or some lace just round the spine. Ooh, that's a lot. Let's just get rid of that up here, there, because that will get covered with the paper. Right, a little dash of blue. And down this inside bit. That looks really messy, doesn't it? But it will show up just because this just goes, see how you just see the edge? That'll be good. Just seeing the edge. Right, I think we'll leave that like that just now. We'll turn over and see what this side is like. I think that'll be enough of the paint, so we'll put the paint over here. There we are. Get a little wipe. Right, so to add the black and the gold, I've got, it's ArtAlchemey Prima Sparks acrylic paint, and it's like it's raven black, but it's got a little sparkle in it. And this is Gilding wax Pebeo, and it's just gold. So we just add a little bit of each one, and this is where we'll get messy fingers, I think. So there's enough there in the lid. Let's just add a little dot here and there. You see it? Yeah. And a little bit around the front as well. And it all merges in a little bit, but some of it doesn't. So you can see bits and then you can see other bits. Let's take the black off, and I'll run out of fingers for the gold. Right, just lift some gold into the lid. So this gold just is like butter, it just spreads on so easily. Don't need much. And some on here. Just a little dab, don't want to cover up all the black. And a wee bit in the corners. Right, Messy fingers. It's good fun, no way? Getting your fingers all messy. Right, let's get the lids on. And let's see how that's going to look with the paper. So this one with the stitching round the edge. Oh yes. And this one for the inside, which is just plain. So can you see how that's turned out? Can you catch the light? See the gold and the black? And on the inside. Yeah? Right, let's do the inside first. So that fits, that's already cut to size. And I'm just going to use some of this, it says high tack all purpose very sticky glue. And I just got this in Hobbycraft here. This is just a new bottle that I got, I think at the same time as the paints last night. Yeah, I think, did I buy this at the same time? Or was this another time? Can't remember, doesn't matter. Right. This is still a little bit wet, so we'll just carefully lift it over. And just get that stuck down there. Of course, we'll be doing something here. Don't quite know what yet, but we'll be doing something. Right. And now that that's stuck down, I think what we'll do is we'll take the lid back off this and get just to pull it in so that we've got a little bit round the edge that just joins up the two pieces there. And then we don't have a, maybe we'll do some black too. There we are, just enough just to scuff up the edges a little bit. What would we be without wipes? So that's the inside cover done. Let's think about this outside cover. So this has been machine stitched round so that it looks like it's stitched on. So we'll get that stuck on. The glue might go through the stitching, but that's okay. We can wipe it off. Yep, oh, that's quite good. That glue gives you a little bit of wiggle time. Now I've got something fancy for this cover. Well, I was thinking and thinking, what am I going to put on the cover? And I got this. Let me show you. This clock is cut using this Time Holtz weathered clock die. So, and some cork sheets. Thought, what would give me some texture? So that's cut from a cork sheet, and then again I use some of my gold and some of my black just to add a little bit round the edges, and I'm now looking for the 12 units there. So I thought that's good for there. And then I had this packet of paper flowers. Now they're just white, but there was this big one, and look what a bit of paint and a bit of more of this and some of that acrylic paint, and it just transformed the big plain white flower. And I thought, wow, yeah, how cool does that look in the centre of the clock? And then I looked in my embellishment drawer and I have some metal bits, and I found this and I thought that's quite steampunkish, the metal, and it can just sit there, maybe just under the flower. And I've got this little clock, and I thought maybe we could just tuck that into there. You can tell I've thought about this. What do you think? I really like it. I think it's just perfect. And when I come to be putting, where are all my wee little bits? Here are all my bits. It'll just tone in perfectly with these little envelopes and some of the pages and some of these clips clipped in. Can't wait to do the pages. So I think I've shown you everything that I used. A clock, and yes, and I painted this up. So now maybe I can, yeah, see, look at the back. It was all just that white and the leaves were green. So it makes a difference, doesn't it? Right, let's get all that stuck down. Now this is peel. Oh, it's coming off, that's fine. I don't know how sticky. Oh, it does feel quite sticky, actually. Oh, you could use that for something. Right, where did my 12 go again? I know it doesn't absolutely need to be, but in my head it does need to be at the top. So, there we are. Oh yes, that is pretty sticky. So there's that. What goes on next? This metal. Now I might need to get my glue gun on for that. I hadn't really thought about that. The glue gun's in the drawer. I wonder if the 3-in-1, what do you think? We'll give it a go. Surfaces must be clean. I think we'll give it a go. And if it doesn't stick, well, we'll get the glue gun out. We'll just put, the thing is that it's quite, what's the word, filigree. It doesn't have lots of areas of plain, but we'll put plenty on and then we'll hope for the best. Just like Scotland will do against England tomorrow night. We'll hope for the best. Expect the worst. That's exactly. Well, it might hold because it's not that heavy. Yep, I think it's holding. Well, let's just use this while this is out for this. Because sometimes these can be quite tricky to glue down. Right, just there. I can fluff up the petals again. Just maybe give them a little curl. Right, and this Just want to peek out at the side there. Let's try this again. This is a little bit heavier and there isn't that much metal. But we'll give it a go. Whoops. Excellent. Do you know, and I haven't even thought about a closure, but I'm not sure that it will get that fat that it would maybe need something, but we'll see when the time comes. Just turn that a little bit. There we are. Right, so I think let's clear this away. I think that is quite steampunk-like. Quite pleased with that. The back and the inside cover and the outside cover. And the only bit I see is this black bit here, which I think is going to annoy me a little bit. Let's just calm that down a bit. That's better. Let's put a little bit of gold on it. Woo! Not that much. That's better. It was quite a big dot of black that I wasn't super keen on. Right. I've already showed you that. Inside cover, back cover, back cover. And we'll glue, next time we will glue the pages together and start decorating and start adding some of the things that we've already made, and and we'll do something with the spine, because we've still got Golf Legends shining through. So something for the spine, glue the pages together and make a start on the decoration. So thanks for watching today. Great to have you here. If you've enjoyed the video, a wee thumbs up would be great, and come on Scotland tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.